Lee Isaac Chung is attached to his very first studio project, Bad Robot, for Paramount. A project that sort of like went from one scribe to the next. I think there's some interesting threads, some things to say there. But yeah, for Lee, he broke out big this year with Minari at the Sundance Film Festival. Won the two big awards, the Audience Award and the U.S. Dramatic Competition Award, the Grand Jury Prize there. A filmmaker that appeared in Cannes is like, I think in the early noughts, and sort of make a couple features, but this really was a breakout year for him. Right now his film, I believe that it was A24 is supposed to release Minari during the summer. That was delayed because of COVID. It's been programmed at Hamptons. It played at Deauville. So I think this trade news sort of like is coming out at the same time, where he's sort of going to get back into a press tour. And I'm not really sure what the A24 plans are with this feature, but this is easily, Minari is really much a film that'll be spoken about at the Indie Spirit Awards, and it does have potential Oscar buzz going with it. So let's dig into Bad Robot, which is a significant big deal for him. He'll be, I believe he's adapting or working from a screenplay by another scribe. So let's talk about Bad Robot, which is a Japanese anime adaptation.
So actually, just to clarify, the film is actually Your Name. Bad Robot.
Sorry, exactly.
Yeah, the film is Your Name, but it's being produced through J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot at Paramount. So I actually loved Your Name. It's a really amazing, touching, like imaginative film. It was kind of like a hit when it came out in 2016, and did well here, actually, in North America as well. It had a strong following. And they've been toying with the English language remake for a while. As you mentioned, it has a few versions of the scripts. Like one was written by Eric Hesserer, who wrote Arrival. Emily V. Gordon of The Big Sick did a pass, and that's the draft that Lee Isaac Chung will work off of here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's good for him. I mean, as you mentioned, I think he debuted at Cannes in 2007. So it's been a long journey for him. He hasn't made a ton of features. I think Minari might be his third, maybe.
Third or fourth.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a huge step for the filmmaker. My concern is I just don't see how this works as a live action film. Like, the story is about, teenagers swapping bodies. There's like a sort of fantastical, magical element that in anime perfectly fine. Like, it works really well because it's easier to sort of step into that world. I don't know. It's the idea of seeing that live action without it compromising the material a bit. We'll see. But all that said, if he has a really cool way into the material, then yeah, I'm intrigued. But it's with a little bit of caution. That's all.
I think for me, the major thing that could work for him is Emily V. Gordon's draft of this. Perhaps adding a sort of like, a variance of colors in the way characters might interact with one another. Because when I see a switch out of bodies narrative, I'm thinking back to like films I saw in the 80s, and that doesn't really do anything for me. So I'm hoping that the sensitivity that he brought in Minari really is like a touching family drama piece, sort of like configures how these two young protagonists might come across on the screen. But yeah, with the fantastical elements, I'm not really certain as to how that's going to play out. So proceed with caution, I think. I'm Eric Lavallée. I'm editor-in-chief and site owner for IONCINEMA.com. And this is
Kevin Jagernauth, contributing writer for the playlist.
And together we are IndieSponge.